Hi, all, Keith here. I hope yesterday's third stage grief on bargaining helped. Today is the fourth stage of grief, which is depression. And this stage can feel incredibly heavy. It's not dramatic, it's not loud, it just feels heavy. And it's because it's the stage when the reality of loss truly begins to settle in to the heart. The shock has now faded and the anger has now started to burn less fiercely. The bargaining grows a little bit quieter, and what's left is the painful understanding that life has changed. And it's often the stage where people stop asking questions like, did this really happen? And they start feeling that loss. Or is this my reality right now? Is this how the future's going to look for me? That uncertainty. And that can feel really overwhelming. So grief depression is not simply sadness. It can feel like emotional exhaustion, and at its deepest level, it is a type of exhaustion. Sometimes it can look like crying constantly, but sometimes it looks like nothing at all. It can present as numbness, it can present as withdrawal, it can present as fatigue, silence, a lack of motivation, a lack of appetite, overeating, sleeping too much, not sleeping at all, just feeling disconnected from the world around you. And there's no wrong or right to this. There's no fixed way this looks or presents. It's very subjective and it's very unique to you. You know, daily tasks, even the smallest of them, can suddenly feel enormous. You know, replying to message, you get that WhatsApp message and you don't want to read it in case people see those 2 blue ticks and you think, I'm just not going to answer it. You know, so you don't reply to messages. Getting dressed can be a task. Leaving the house is exhausting. Smiling, just existing day to day. Because grief affects the entire person. Your mind, your body, your nervous system, your self-identity. And when we lose someone or something inside us breaks. When we lose someone who's deeply important to us, the brain and body can enter a prolonged state of emotional stress. Your energy levels will drop. Stress hormones remain elevated. Concentration becomes harder. And the nervous system becomes overwhelmed. And emotionally, people often feel alone, even in rooms full of people. Because one of the hardest parts of grief is realising the world keeps moving while your heart feels frozen in place. Like your life is on pause while everyone around you carries on. And this is important to understand. Grief depression is not a weakness. It's an emotional cost of loving deeply and losing painfully. Now, yes, grief depression and clinical depression can overlap, and they do often. So if the feelings become overwhelming and persistent or dangerous, you need professional support, and it's incredibly important that you ask for that. But within grief itself, this stage is often the heart finally allowing itself to feel the weight of your loss fully. And honestly, that takes enormous emotional courage. Because many people spend their lives avoiding pain. We all do. We spend our lives avoiding vulnerability, avoiding emotional truths. But grief eventually asks us to sit with what hurts. And that can be hard. Not forever, but long enough to process it. So, how do we begin dealing with this stage? Firstly, stop expecting yourself to function normally during abnormal emotional pain. This is abnormal, it's not your norm. Remember, you're grieving. Your nervous system is carrying loss. Your exhaustion is not laziness. So be gentle with yourself. And secondly, stay connected even when part of you wants to disappear. Grief often whispers, be alone. Don't burden anyone. No one understands. But isolation can deepen the suffering. Isolation can increase the depression. So you don't need to have huge conversations with people every day, because sometimes healing is just simply allowing safe people within your life to sit beside you while you hurt. Third, focus on tiny acts of care instead of huge expectations. Drink water, eat something nourishing, open the curtains, walk outside for 10 minutes, rest when needed, speak kindly to yourself. Small acts of survival are still acts of strength. And please hear this clearly. You do not need to move on from your grief to heal. Many people fear healing because they think it means forgetting. They think it means that that person is somehow no longer going to be remembered. But healing is not erasing love. It's learning how to carry that love and loss together without destroying it, without destroying you. And that takes time. Sometimes a long time. And there are no rules to this. There are no time frames. It's unique to you. And there is no perfect timeline for grief for anyone. Another important thing about this stage is allowing emotions to move instead of judging them. Some days you may cry, some days you may feel numb, some days you may even laugh, and then immediately you feel guilty for laughing. That doesn't mean that you love them any less. That just means that you're human. Healing is not a betrayal. Smiling again is not a betrayal. You living your life and moving forward again is not a betrayal. So if you're in that stage right now, please remember this. The fact that you feel deeply does not mean that you're failing. It means your heart is processing something significant. So, take things slowly. Breathe through one day at a time. Breathe through 1 hour at a time. 1 moment at a time. Allow support in. And please hold on to this truth. Even in grief, depression healing can still quietly begin beneath the surface. Not all at once, not perfectly, but gradually. Like dawn arriving after the longest night. I'm Keith. Thank you for listening. And if you think this video could help other people, please spread it or add it to your page. It helps me get the message out. Thank you.